join. And your name is Deurzen. Raskin. Peterson was Peterson, the great Christopher Peterson, and the great Gordon Peterson, my neighbor. So here's my friend, your friend, Waterman. Here's a lovely lady from England, Emmy Deurzen. And also I'm very happy to have my family here. Here's the little boy, a Harvard professor in physics, physics. And here's the well-known and attendant lawyer, the handsome Wong, my older son. And here's my lovely niece, his name and his daughter, the medical doctor. Okay, let's back to serious business, okay? Now, I'm really moved to see this group of famous psychologists sitting around the table. It has taken me more than 10 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to make this happen. At the first mini conference, I have a dream and vision that is to bring humanistic and science psychologists and to bring the popular psychologists on the same group and together to advance psychology. So the first conference, I invited people standing excellent psychology, Ballroom, and good friend, Ernest Spaghetti, Friedman, Ernest Spaghetti. I call him Spaghetti. And we have Kurt Snyder. In positive psychology, we have Snyder. And we had Christopher Park, well-known name. And we also had my friend Ed Chen. So the sad part is that the positive psychologists huddle together, the humanistic psychologists, they don't talk to each other. It happens year after year. Finally, I come up with a new idea panel. They have to get together. They have to get together. So I'm glad that you can see that I've used Maxwell's metaphor. This is not an original content. Who's smarter, who's the winner, the loser. We're here together to tackle some questions that have implications not just for individual well-being, but for survival of humanity. So it is the question of what makes life living is not trivial question. It is a substantial, consequential question, a persistent question that troubles us for years and years. So I want to explain the format of this panel. For the first time I'm doing this, I try to model CNN, this vote. I'm no vote, okay? I'm a little more, okay? So anyway, so what I'm doing is that I will make an opening remark about the parameter of the question, the meaning of the question, then open up for the panelists and to introduce themselves and to make a statement about what this question means and what's their answer to this question. I come to the best insight, the best understanding, and about the research findings. Okay? each one of them about 5 minutes. I don't know who will be the timing. I like the timing. Sure they now here's the trick, okay? Each one of you can interject after the finish and question the person. It's not debate, and area disagreement and ask questions. The purpose is that at the end of the day, we come some consensus, some deeper understanding of the question. Okay? Is it clear? And out of that, I will wrap it up. So, do you see me? No, not this side. Now let's clarify the question, okay? When we say what makes life worth living, I'm not talking about the ideal situation. I'm talking about what makes life worth living in spite of the health, described adequately by my friend George Peterson. In spite of the suffering and the darkness, the chaos, and pain, adversity. So there was one big life was living under all circumstances encountered by humanity. The second point I want to point out is that the question, what makes life worth living, is conceptually different from what is meaningful. You know why? Because what matters in life is not the same as what makes life meaningful. You know why? For an alcoholic, what matters the most? What my friend is from alcohol addiction. Check here. Right away, what matters most for the alcoholic is bottle, right? What matters most for an addict is drug. And you will say, pressure is important. That nobody will say a person life devoted to animal pleasure is worth living. But for a hedonist, maximizing pleasure is key. So the question of what becomes worth living is broader than what we can be. The second point I want to make is that when we say other question, what makes that meaningful, we are assuming that there is something in life that makes that meaningful. But there's an alternative hypothesis. That is, there's something inherent in the human condition that makes meaningful life possible. Now you can follow the thinking of the negatives. If God were there, then everything will be visible. If that is no grounding, a universal core of morality and binding on all human beings, that is difficult to talk about meaningful life. So they're different. So my personal bias is that although there are many hypotheses about what makes life worth living, I'm proposing that the meaning-making hypothesis is most comprehensive and is the best answer. Okay, so we'll see what the other panel say. Next point I want to make is that about the term meaning. Okay? So I think I have the best definition. Okay? You might disagree. Okay? As the best definition of meaning is in terms of pure. That means purpose, understanding, intelligible, and the awesome ability to God, to your own conscience, to fellow beings. And the last part is that if you have to fulfill all the requirements of the top three, then you'll be able to enjoy life somewhat. Right? in spite of puberty. Anyway, so, and also, one more comment is that all viewpoints are welcome, to be philosophical, to be theological. It's not just empirical research. I'll tell you what, this is my bias again. I said empirical research always lags behind ideas. The most powerful thing in human civilization is ideas. A powerful idea can transform society and change the destiny of humanity. So ideas are powerful. And empirical research always lags behind. You know why? Most research is based on some idea, some theory. And also, the methodology is also evolving. It never catch up with the creativity of the human mind. And I'm going to take it. Anyway, so therefore, the idea is remarkable. The supremacy of science, no. The supremacy of idea, creating ideas. So therefore, you become philosophical, you're humanistic. You are just you as an empirical scientist, So another thing we need to keep in mind the difference between meaning seeking, meaning making, and the different meaning discovered, meaning created. So those are some issues that are all relevant. Okay, so I stop right here. So I'm open to this channel, and I'm not giving order. I'm looking for anybody free to speak, and anybody want to start? You can start to get hotter, right? Quite hot, huh? I just finished a very good lecture to make continue.
So, yeah, I guess this is all. Well, I think it's probably best when speaking about what is meaningful to speak personally, not intellectually. Lots of times intellectual speech isn't meaningful. In fact, lots of times people who engage in intellectual speech are afraid of meaning and they want to trap it in some way that makes it go away. So what I'm going to tell you about is what makes my life meaningful. I have a lot of relationships with people of all different types because I'm a clinical psychologist. And my practice encompasses people who they're really trapped in, a pretty dismal corner of hell, to people who are doing exceptionally well. And so it's fascinating to see the entire range of modes of being, and I get to do that every week. And it's like being in the middle of the Dostoevsky novel. If I'm doing it right, it's fascinating. And a lot of that's predicated on listening, because most of the time people will tell you the truth if you listen to them. I mean, they might not start out that way because they're afraid. And they're not used to being listened to. But if you listen to people, you cannot believe what they tell you. It is. Because people are like penguins or rhinoceroses or ostriches, or they're very strange, very strange creatures. And if you're talking to someone and you're bored, it's either because you're not listening or they're not talking. And that's a good thing to know, because in a situation like that, you should just shut up. Because it isn't going right. So the relationships I have with people, those, in my clinical practice, that's really meaningful. And I think there's reasons for that, is that both of us are aiming at establishing a truthful relationship, and both of us are aiming at making things better. And that's enough to make things really engaging. And so, my familial relationships, I have a son and a daughter, and that has been such a blast. They're both, about 20 now and off at university, and they left this year. I had a wonderful time with my kids. There were reasons for that too. Like, we encouraged our kids to talk to us, and we listened to them, and so they told us lots of things we didn't want to hear. But I did lots of things that I don't like to talk about. So, they were going to tell me things I didn't know. But we really tried hard, my wife and I, to tell the truth to our kids and to encourage them to do the same. And as far as we can tell, that worked pretty good. We got along with them well through their teenage years, and they talk to us, and we have a great relationship, and so that's great. And I have a really good relationship with my wife, and I've been married to her for 22 years, and I truly do not believe that in that entire time she's ever lied to me once. I mean that. Like we decided when we first got married that we were not going to, that we were going to tell each other the truth. And I actually think she's better at that than me, because I can. I've got a tricky mind and it can conjure up, some little stories pretty much at the drop of a hat. So, and then I get to lecture to people, but I got students, and so, great, what a deal. So that's really good, and I've lectured in lots of places, and it's been a shock to me, because I talk about the most. I keep thinking that someone's going to figure out what I'm doing and fire me, but it's never happened, and so that's pretty remarkable, When I was in graduate school, people told me not to talk about the things that I was talking about, because I'd never get a job. Then I got a job at Harvard. So that worked out pretty well. That was a big surprise. So having the opportunity to lecture to people, students, that's great, because I get to help shape them and point them in a good direction, and that's what I think education is about. So I'm not filling them full of facts. I'm helping them figure out how to live a good life. And then I've been able to work with people in care, and that's been really remarkable too. So then I can talk to big audiences. So those are all remarkable opportunities. So what have they sprung out? I think they've sprung mostly out of my attempt to state things as accurately as I possibly can. And all the rest of this is all. And you clear up your brain. Because you're programming your brain all the time. All the time. And I mean really you are, because you build little circuits in the back of your brain. Every time you deceive yourself about the state of the world, you corrupt your vision. If you do that long enough, you are in such trouble. It's so awful. So, I recommend not doing it. When you don't do it, then your life is meaningful. And that is so good. So, that's what I have to say about that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just have a question for you, because you started personally, and I'm really interested in a personal question, I guess it is that not everybody's driven toward truth and authenticity, but you are. Can you say something about how that came about for you?
Terror. Absolutely. This is why, modern Protestants, for example, dispense with plenty of hell. That's really stupid. That's really stupid. There's plenty of hell. You walk down the Deurzen, you can see people in hell. They don't even like you to look at them. In fact, they'll get angry if you look at them, because then they can see who they are. And that is not good. And I studied a lot of different types of hell. I'm really interested in totalitarianism. And I read terrible things. And I started to understand how bad things can get. And if you really understand how bad things can get, politically and personally, if you really understand that, that's why it says, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. There are things that can happen to you and that you can do that are indescribably terrible. And you get there one lie at a time. And so I looked back and I thought, and this was in 1984. When the Cold War was flaring up in a really way, and the bloody planet, I think, was deciding whether or not we should extinguish things or let them keep going. It was a kind of a terrifying time. And I was really curious about why people would put themselves in a position where the annihilation of being was within their grasp. It's a serious question. And so I tried to find out why that was. And, my search led me to religious literature, and that was the answer. And it also helped me understand the relationship between individual responsibility and political destiny, and to learn that individual destiny is political destiny. And so once I learned that, it scared the hell out of me, so to speak, reading, because I wanted to, because I was curious about one thing. There was this story, concentration camp story. One of the things the Nazi guards used to do is they take the Jewish prisoners when they arrived at Auschwitz, and they were already in pretty rough shape, and half dead, and torn out of their country, and tortured to death. They used to make them carry like sacks of salt from one side of the compound, and then back. And these weren't compounds like this big; these were cities, And that's what they were doing was torturing people, right? They were forcing them to engage in strenuous false labor. Under the sign that said work would be free, which is a joke, and it's a terrible joke. And I thought, a human being can do that, and I can do that. And then I thought, okay, since I can do that, I'm going to figure out how to do it, so I would not do that.